Hey, alright, here we are playing Minecraft. Hey, alright, here we are playing Minecraft. This is gonna be Minecraft Therapy, number 13. Rung number 13. We're on the ladder of success. And today, we're gonna go over a couple things. It's been I've recorded like a bunch of episodes, but I never release them. I just like, it's not very good. So today we're gonna go over the importance of self-compassion, and I have no idea how much I've done since the last episode of the last rung of therapy, but here we are. I've been building statues. This is our bridge of sheep shearing. It gives us all the colors of sheep, wool. Um, uh, I got plenty now. I needed to get lots of colors so I could build statues. So this is going to be us here. Um, that's the back of us actually, and without the blue trim. And then this over here would be Stitch, the creator of the Faithless texture pack that we're using right now, and we're still working on the outside skin. There's two skin layers for the Minecraft skin, and so we are working on the legs here. We got one leg done and working on the other one over here. We got our mountain of scaffolding here. Our inventory is crammed full of blocks, of grays and stuff. And I stopped on mine thinking that I was gonna wait until I get a whole mess of diamonds to do the border of it. But I think that might be just a little bit silly, because that's a lot of diamonds. It's gonna take a long time, and I'm not gonna sit here and just grind out diamonds. I mean, it would be fun, um, in some aspect, but also, I might be able to just get away with doing this concrete blocks here around as a trim. Uh, I also seen that I could take the item frames and put a banner, a colored banner on the item frame, and that would work as a way to do one side of the block. So I could do that second skin texture, without having to build that extra block out. Although the extra block out makes it nice and cool in 3D, so we got that going for us. Um, uh, Ever since I left spawn and came over to this island, um, uh, to check it out, there's always been a brown sheep over here. It was over here, until recently. Until recently, it's very much gone. I've searched this place 3 or 4 times now, and the brown sheep is not here anymore, which I think is just it's quite of a bummer in a sense. There was I wrote out a little kind of like poem for the brown sheep, and it goes a little like, there is a brown sheep that lives near a beach outside of a town I call home. It's seen me build boats to search for my hopes in this world I've played on my own. The birches don't grow where the rain never falls, yet pumpkins can bloom on reefs in a row, in line with the moon as it sets. There is a brown sheep. We watch the sun rise beneath Stitch's shadow in Watermelon Cove. I gave it the name for the hope I had lost. Together we're coping the storm. And um, so I did. I went and got a name tag, and I name tagged the sheep. I named it Hope, and I figured like, oh, this is gonna be a nice little addition to our therapy world, sheep called hope. It'll be there for when we're coping with the world through the storm. And wouldn't you know it, brown sheep's gone. I cannot think of like a time that the brown sheep wasn't right here in this spot. It lived in this little semicircle tree of birch, and it's gone now. But 'tis nothing but a thing. And we could always just get another brown sheep and put it there. But it was just is the concept that that little sheep was our friend. And come on, fly, fly. We can do this. And today, I figured we'd go over a couple things. Uh, we have a lot of golems cruising around our lands, and they do their job efficiently. But I think we should gather them all up and take them on a little journey. They're not the only ones. There's a whole bunch over here too for these were the sheep villagers, and I switched the sheep villagers out, and I made these food guys. Um, the sheep guys actually live underneath the bridge. I got them banished down there. If we cruise over here, we can see our nether map wall on our portal. I was hoping to do the whole thing, kind of. And over here we got our little bit of a jungle. And I was thinking we might go ahead and haul all the golems out here. All of them. You know, get them all the way out here. And then let's do like a wither fight. Out in the jungle here. And jungle's getting smaller. I've been chopping it down. But there's also like a jungle spot over here that we could do. I like this one here. It's nice and spread out. But if we cruise back onto our home, we can see that I've gotten the green blue nether the hi-fi. I got this thing going here. It's a great block. I needed a bunch of them for Stitch's hair up over here, and I think we got most of our trees ready to go. We're gonna fill out this area here. This is just for bulk farming of trees, pretty much, without having to go and clear cut someplace. We can just chill here and farm this stuff out. I plan on putting another statue right about here. I'm gonna have a kneeling Bob from the Hideout Discord. I'm thinking right here, kind of kneeling and reaching over these trees. And it would have like a secondary use. I could use it to climb up to the top of these trees without, you know, a ladder. Well, visible ladder. It'll be a statue ladder. It's taken quite a few torches, or I should say lanterns, to light this thing up. Been using the lanterns in the in-between spots on in the glass. I could always add more. The me statue definitely has a lot. Usually trying to skip like one or the other one, but I can always go back, add more. Doesn't seem to become a giant mob spawner, so that's great. A lot of these pixels, the color variations and blocks and stuff, I'm gonna have to go back through and adjust and switch them out. I think it's not perfect by no means, but it's a good start. It was super easy to do the whole shape of it. And if I'm just doing a regular flat square vertical, like say this leg here, it's no problem. It's easy just to figure out the pixels that way. But when I'm trying to do angles, so I thought like I'd make everything angled, make it a little difficult. I mean, everything is on a diagonal right now on the first, and now I was adding in like a shift as it goes on the arm, the leg here, the body, the head. Even the head has a tilt to it, and so then I would shift those pixels over best I could guess, and you could hear my brain smoking as I'm trying to figure this out. And I've had to go back through and redo tons of places on this, switching out blocks because I'm just like, that one doesn't work or whatever. Um, but I think it gets the point across no matter what. When it comes to the glass here, I might be, after I finish doing the second layer of skin and looking back on it, I might go back through and do colored glass to fill in the gaps, match it a little bit better with what there is. But for now, there goes our last rocket. For now, that'll be, I think it works. Here's the Sparnage statue. It's a skin created from multiple versions of skins that I had made, and Stitch went back through and kindly enough had made a Sparnage skin for me, which is a mixture. It's like the front and back of a couple skins with a very fun face. So let's see if we got another load of rockets here. There we go. And so since we're breaking things down and putting them back together, that goes in line with the importance of self-compassion and repairing things about ourselves. So it's treating ourselves kindly through life's ups and downs, and taking a step back and being kinder to ourselves to make all the difference. So it's okay to make mistakes, and we're on a constant state of growth. So here we are, growing. One of the things here is we got this nice little bubbly water part here, and if we cruise down this way, I kept having golems deep six themselves off this bridge, like this guy here, deep six themselves off this bridge, and then they were hanging out down here. So there was like 15, 20 of them down here, and eventually I built some stairs up this way, and then I figured out, you know what, I'll just put a little water elevator and shoot them back up. So now I got most of my golems hanging out back on the surface again. No big deal. And for our little woolly friends here, typically these would have like shears in them, and they get sheared, but everything's maxed out pretty much. I got a couple of places that I was running stuff inside to where I got the storage, but I really don't need to anymore. I got tons of wool for everything, so I could pretty much shut off all these things and be perfectly fine. So that I got wool just hanging out here on the surface, so I could go back through and snag all just disable these. I really don't need them right now. I figured this would be a great passive way to go ahead and get a lot of wool as I'm building, and it was great. I got a lot of wool, but then I found out that I needed a lot of more colors, so I had to figure out how to make concrete, and to do it without looking it up. And so I asked the guys on the folks on the Hideout server on Discord what with all wrong answers how I could make push. I guess I can't push it. How to make concrete with only wrong answers, and one of them was throw gravel mud in between two pistons and squish them together or something. And so that's what I did. And that's this concept here where it's just But anyway, um, I mean, at the rate I'm going, it seems like I'm going to be editing an episode if I actually put this out. There is our cactus farm here. So it's infinitely quicker and easier just to go back and chop down a row of cactus and then use that cactus. But I was like, hey, you know what? I've never used this thing here, and I've never really made anything out of redstone before, and so this is where we're at. We got a couple things of cactus, and if I press this button here, press and knock them all down. I've been informed after I shouted off that it was actually quite pointless because if you put like a block near them or something, they'll pop off on their own. So, the redstone's worthless. But you know what? It was fun. I had fun, so don't judge me. And I needed glow lichen for the statue because the second skin. So I have to I have to hand shear these, and I tried to make this a mechanical kind of type deal, but I couldn't figure it out. So you got the bone meal coming out right here. It bone meals this, and then it'll grow on one of those ones here, and I can either rotate or I can just stick on the one. It doesn't really matter. And there's some hopper minecart jobbies down below it that suck up the stuff and throw it down here. But I could almost just do this on the ground at the same rate. The same thing with like trying to convert concrete. I built a machine right here and I got rid of it. Trying to convert concrete, and that did not work the way I wanted it to either. That turned out to be a mess. But so I wanted to hide lighting sources on this, and so it was working really great so far. Oh, there's a little bit of a glass chin there I need to get rid of. It was working pretty great so far, except for when I did the second layer of skin. Because the second layer of skin is technically in where a glass piece would be, being it on a diagonal. And so I just put glow lichen on the top of all the top edge blocks to hopefully prevent spawning of the critter kind. And we're getting there. We're at the legs mostly done. I'm on a curvy leg or a tilted leg right now, and that makes things quite difficult. I just there's a lot of ways I could make this easier on myself, but I haven't done that. So like I think I have to go back through and I have to adjust this line here maybe. In the end, I'll have, let's see here, working on this top part of the skin here. Like a lot of this down here didn't shift properly when I was doing it. And some of the blocks really don't match like the final skin. The second skin has a guitar on the back that'll go right here. And so it'll mostly be the mid and the back here. They're going to be a little tricky because I have to be able to get that guitar. I have to be able to get that guitar to look like a guitar, but shifting and moving up and sideways at the same time without making all the other blocks look goofy. So if we look at the head, this is supposed to be a hat. Supposed to be a hat. Now it looks great from the top, besides the whole it being made of glass everywhere. It looks great on the top because the top doesn't have much of a shift. It just drops down. So that's a very easy visually one to make out. Its pixels are just right where they need to be. If anything, I can change the color on something. But when you start getting into the side, like, okay, the side here is only one shift. not that big of a deal. But the back, this shifts down and over. So that really makes everything wonky. And to figure that out, I've had to tear things down and put them back together over and over again. And I guess that's going to be the importance of self-compassion. We're going to come back around to that. That's where it's even though I'm putting time and effort into things that I'm writing or rewriting or building and breaking down here in Minecraft, and the self compassion is just letting us know that it's okay, that that it's all right, whatever. But you can also be hard on yourself too. It's no one's gonna force you to um, uh, be nice to yourself by no means. All right, so if we go here and let's see if we can get rid of that one glass block way up there. I didn't notice it until now. Keep on going, keep on going. We're almost there, and let's see, where is it? I think it's that one right there. And I should have used I even have a grippy pick with me. All right, let's fix this real quick. But yeah, I think it would be great to have a nice little wither fight over there in the jungle. These guys, damn it. Let's see, we need a little bit of space. Yeah. And we need to reorganize our storage. It's getting to a very unorganized state for sure. But I have a solution. We cruise upstairs. We'll see. We got our wool now. Instead of just being like crammed all in one box, now we have like a whole set of double chests. And I could 100% fill all these double chests up, no problem. There's wool stashed in another little spot of storage here. In just a sec, I'll show. And then we got our concrete here. I haven't finished up making up all the colors to actually go here. Like sometimes I've just been using them as I go. And then we got our clay, hardened clay, and red sand. Hardened clay and red sand. And then I was thinking about moving all the woods up here as well. And that would free up the downstairs for a little bit more variety, and then allow me to shift some of these things around so there's more like items next to each other. So like I could have like food on one wall, or non-blocks. So I can have like food or something, non-blocks on one wall and blocks on the other, or whatever. Anyway, we found a way to expand our storage by taking it upstairs. There's other ways that we could do it too. We have a whole room here that we could fill and make for our storage. But since we're here, we'll go ahead and come up to the top here. Jump, jump, jump. I still plan on building a giant cactus on top of this thing, with the cactus flowers and stuff on it, going all the way up. I think that'll be neat. But I got sidetracked. So this is a pixel by pixel representation of the Sparnage skin so far, leaning forward with its arms out and to the side. And then that's doubled for the Stitch one over there. We can even go bigger. I think we're going to stick with the... well, I wouldn't say stick with, but I mean, the next one, this looks like a pretty good height, like size comparison for putting it So the double pixel size, so by 4x4 to the pixel conversion for right here, so like the legs will stick out a little bit this way, or I could even have the legs like draped down. I don't know, something. I have it for the bob over here on this one here, and then we'll just keep adding members as we go, just for funsies. I was thinking of having somebody coming up out of the water, trying to climb up onto the bridge, maybe even possibly being chased by some sea creature, so have like tentacles or something coming out. Well, looks like we can harvest some stalagmites and tights, and we cruise back over this way. This is the original therapy spawn hut that's got all the extra wool and some tree stuff that I just needed to quickly get rid of. So a lot of times I will just zip from over here while I'm mining some stuff out, and then just zip on back. We still haven't really turned this place into a surfboard shop. That's something this place is going to become. It was originally slated to be that. I mean, we can always change. It doesn't have to be that. But I still think that the concept of a surfboard shop would be cool right here. But we don't have it yet. It's still just chilling. But yeah, not a whole lot of important things have happened, but the world keeps growing, things keep changing, and so do we. So this is Minecraft Therapy. I'm Tenable Quill, Gillop, Sparnage. My Minecraft my Minecraft character's name is Sparnage. My my pen name is Tenable Quill, and Gillop is our character for Terraria. So there is a lot of pointless names for no reason, but we're still here. We're still alive. We're doing our thing, building our stuff. Yeah. So be well, take care, and don't don't let the man keep you down. Boop. All right. I think that works. Um. Yeah. 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 Woo. Okay.